pressed the remote control. It was a genius way to kill someone. The glass immediately reflected the sunlight, and the light passed through the monitor and reflected again, just in time to dazzle the driver's eyes, and an assassination is accomplished undetected. Then there's this uncle, rushing to work but stuck behind a female driver with a flat tire. He was forced to drive into the narrow road, but a truck came from the opposite direction and squeezed him to the side of the road. Before he could even curse, a banner suddenly fell from the building above, covering his windshield. He thought he was just unlucky and angrily asked whose stuff it was, but no one answered. The driver simply forced to pull the cloth. I did not expect to tear off the iron hook broke the glass. In an instant, pieces of the windshield fell and hit him, leaving him seriously injured on the ground. The police arrived at the scene immediately. Unfortunately, the road was still blocked, so the ambulance couldn't get in. The driver died soon after. However, the woman driver with the flat tire, the old man with the truck, and the fat man with the banner are all in the same gang. As long as someone pays them, they can cause accidents and kill people without leaving any traces. And leave no traces. They've killed countless people over the years. Their boss, Jack, had nearly obsessive attention to detail. He always keeps a leaf on his door to prevent people from sneaking in. Jack always uses paper to cover the coins when paying on the bus, to avoid leaving fingerprints. This operation was a success, but just as they were about to split the money, Jack pulled a cigarette butt from his pocket and asked the old man if he fancied getting sacked. It turns out that the old man accidentally threw the cigarette butt at the scene. For them, leaving traces is a big no-no. The old man was shocked and apologized and said he would quit smoking. He knew that if he resigned, he might die in an accident, because that's the only way to keep everyone's secret forever. You can never be too careful. Soon, their business came round again, and the buyer picked up a bin bag as instructed. He placed the information in a bin bag and left it by the lift door. When Jack looked at the instructions and realized he were going to kill his own father, it turns out that his dad has been paralyzed for years and he doesn't want to serve him anymore, so he secretly insured his dad. If his dad died in an accident, he would get a huge payout. The four of them quickly began planning. After much discussion, they decided to electrocute him. But how could they use the electric wires high in the air? First they went outdoors and practiced flying kites in the rain. Then they waited for a rainy day. Every night the glasses would push his dad home on time. Once rain falls, they can use kite string to draw down electricity and cause electrocution accidents. The woman was in charge of flying the kite. The fat man was in charge of riding his bike to the crash. And the old man's task was to block the camera with a balloon. The task was tougher than expected. They waited for many days but it didn't rain. This day the old man took out his cigarettes again, and Fatty asked him if he hadn't quit smoking a long time ago. At that moment, the rain suddenly began to pour. Jack gave the command, and the operation began quickly.